Lauderdale Lakes. This is your mayor, Veronica Phillips of the great We Care city of Lauderdale Lakes. Thank you so much for joining us for this event and for community information. For this session, I have with me Miss Elizabeth Seeley. She is the program manager of Nutrition, Education, and Training at Broward County Public Schools Food and Nutrition Services. Thank you so much, Ms. Seeley, and welcome.
Thank you very much.
I also have with me Program Coordinator of Broward County Public Schools Food and Nutrition Services, Ms. Kristina Ramirez. Thank you so very much also, Ms. Ramirez, for joining us this evening. Tonight we're going to talk about an important subject as it relates to food and nutrition at our schools. And parents, I hope that you are listening so that you can get this particular information. Our topic this evening is the new regulations related to free and reduced school lunch and how it will impact students and parents. So we're so glad to have these two ladies from Food and Nutrition Services here with us. Before we dive into the information session, let's get to know you ladies a little bit better. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a South Floridian. I am a parent. I'm a student of a Broward County Public School student. And my love for food and nutrition started when I was in middle school watching the Food Network with my dad. This will be the 2025-26 school year will be my third with the district, but I've been a registered and licensed dietitian for 18 years.
All right, great. Thank you so much. When Ms. Seeley and I were talking, we found out that we're two native Floridians, which there are very few here in Florida. So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ms. Ramirez.
Yes, my name is Kristina, and I have been with the Food and Nutrition Service Department for 19 years, working in the Meal Benefits Department.
Okay. Now, how does Broward County Public Schools Food and Nutrition Services serve our students? What does the department do?
Sure. The Food and Nutrition Services Department is a support services department. We provide breakfast and lunch to all students and supper and snack to a select amount of schools, and that's determined based on eligibility. Greater than 50% of the student population has to qualify for free or reduced priced lunches for them to qualify for a snack and supper program. We operate under the National School Lunch Program, and that is a federally funded program with the USDA, and there are very strict standards that we uphold. We follow those rules to a T, making sure that our students are getting the quantity, variety of fruits and vegetables every week, whole grains, and so that our students have the nourishment that they need for academic success and lifelong learning.
I'm glad you said for academic success, because it is so very, very important that a student has a good meal, because if a student is hungry, they cannot concentrate, they cannot participate in the classroom, and it affects their grades and their learning and their academic requirements. So I'm so glad that you talked about that. Ms. Ramirez, anything you would like to add?
Well, we do have, our students will continue to receive breakfast at no cost under the Universal Breakfast Program. So we will make sure that students get that healthy breakfast before they go to class every morning.
Great. I'm glad that you said that, because as you know, there's a new law that has come into effect. So Broward County itself, Broward County Public Schools itself, has seen several changes recently included in food and nutrition with the new law. Explain to us the new regulations and how they are related to free and reduced price school lunch, and what will parents need to know specifically?
Yes. So with the free and reduced lunch, there really isn't a new regulation. We were just lucky enough during the pandemic to be able to receive 2 waivers from the USDA that was able to feed students at no cost during the pandemic. At that time, we were able to apply for grants. Those grants were able to allow us to continue to feed children at no cost. We have now exceeded our fund balance, so we are now reverting back to our old process prior to the pandemic, where parents will complete free or reduced lunch applications to qualify for the program. So I know some parents are thinking, oh, the program is over with. No, we still have households that can complete applications and be approved for free or reduced price meals.
That's good to know because before I came here, I received information that the free and reduced lunch application process is open. So is it open? Can parents go online? Can they start the application process now?
Yes, so we did go ahead and open the application. So parents can go online at www.myschoolapps.com and complete the application now so we can go ahead and process the application before the start of school.
Now, that's good to know. Parents, you can go online now, complete that process, not wait until the deadline or not wait until the last minute, so that at the first day of school, that process will have been completed and everything will go smoothly for you and your child or children on the first day of school. Tell us about how many students do we have on free and reduced lunch?
Well, for automatically approved, we have about 91,000 students that are automatically approved every school year. And those are the students that fall under the category of SNAP, TANF, Medicaid, foster, homeless, migrant, and Head Start students. And then you could say you probably add another 40,000 of those that probably do applications that are approved for free and reduced price meals.
Well, as a matter of fact, my next question relates to SNAP benefits and how will the families and students be impacted, especially those with SNAP benefits, temporary assistance for needy families, the TANF program. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, they will not be affected.
Okay, great.
Because we receive a file and we automatically approve those students at the beginning of the school year. So we were importing those files even when all students were receiving meals at no cost. So we will just continue the same process and those students would be automatically approved for free meals.
Are students who are in Head Start or foster care or designated as homeless or migrant, how does the new program affect them?
It does not affect them at all. They will continue to receive the meals at no cost. Once they're approved by those district liaison departments, we will get them over imported and they will still receive breakfast and lunch at no cost.
Okay, that's wonderful to know because we do have parents and we do have students who are homeless, who are migrant. And in order to come up with what does a meal cost? $3 and something now for breakfast? What are the meal costs?
The meal prices for elementary school students, the lunch is $3. For middle school, it's $3.35, and high school, $3.50. The reduced priced meal is 40 cents.
Can you imagine if a parent has numerous students in school, whether they're elementary or high school, trying to come up with that type of money on a fixed income or receiving SNAP or TANF benefits or migrants or homeless? So that is great that it will not affect that. Do you hear, parents? It will not affect. Now tell me, how are lunches, those delicious lunches that the school serves? Who sets up the menus?
Excellent question. So I'm one of 5 registered dietitians at Food and Nutrition Services, and I am not the registered dietitian in procurement, but I sit on the menu committee, and I actually have my cheat sheet here because I talked to procurement because I wanted to make sure I touch base on all of the delicious, fun new items that I'm very excited to tell you about. So breakfast, we're going to have guava pastelitos and bono bites. Bono bites are mini pan de bono. It is a gluten-free pastry for breakfast, and we also have a new breakfast item. It's a savory white cheese sauce breakfast pizza. And our chicken Caesar salad, which we started in the high schools, was such a success that it's now going to be available K through 12 in the 2025-26 school year. And some other dishes available for K through 12 include the cheese tortellini with meat sauce, the chicken enchilada empanada. So it's an enchilada wrapped in an empanada, and that one happens to be naturally gluten-free as well. And also no antibiotic ever chicken. Our Italian meatball sub, which is made with bread from fresh bread from a local bakery. And for a plant-based power up to your salads, we have a new menu item of the Buffalo Ranch fava bean crisps. I don't know why I had to look at that because it's one of my favorites, but I just wanted to make sure I said all the words. And then on top of that, high schoolers, and if these items that I mentioned are a success, then we may be able to bring them to all K through 12, but we're trying it out with our high schoolers first. A beef and broccoli bowl with our fresh broccoli, crispy wings and rings. So that's chicken wings and onion rings. A Philly cheesesteak sub. Again, that is with the fresh bread from a local bakery. And our Broward bowl, which is our version of a classic comfort food bowl. It can be with the regular chicken tenders or spicy. It has mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
Wow, so you all have something for everyone.
Yes.
School lunches have changed over the
Yes, they
years.
have.
Could not have imagined when I was in school having that type of school lunch. So I'm glad to hear that you all are catering to the kids' likes and wants and needs also. Because kids, now, do you have for kids who have allergies or cannot eat certain foods, how do you take care
So
of that?
that is my department.
Oh, okay.
So my colleague and I, we are the two dietitians who handle what we call special diets and allergies. And yes, we do. We have a link on our webpage that has an application or a form, I should say, or parents can come with a letter from the doctor where they will inform us that a student has an allergy. So when the student goes through the lunch line and they have their ID, they scan it at the point of sale at the cashier, and an alert will pop up so that the cashier can just visibly look and see if this student, let's say, has a milk allergy, and then they see they have mac and cheese, and then they can say, we have on file that you have a milk allergy, but hopefully it doesn't get there. That's just our last checking point. But our managers are educated by myself and my fellow dietitian. We educate our managers so that our managers, they know the students. They know to expect the students. They're warm, and it's a family kitchen environment, and they know the names of their students, and they really do a great job of knowing who has the allergies. But it's very important that we have everything on file.
That's good. How are meals, school lunch meals paid for? Is there a card that you swipe, or is it still cash, or is it a combination of something?
So it's a combination of both. So if the parents want to send the students with money, they're more than welcome to. But we also have what's called My School Bucks, where the parents can go online and upload funds. So say for ice cream day, but they're also able to monitor if their child's received breakfast, went through the line, and what they had for breakfast and for lunch. Sometimes, you ask your kids, what did you eat today? And they say, I don't know, or I had this. But you're able to go in there and monitor that they're eating their breakfast and lunch, and you can upload money on those accounts as well.
Okay, so we are really coming into the technology age as far as paying for school lunches are concerned.
Yes.
That is great. Since the portal is now open for applications, walk us through the process. When the parent goes online, clicks the link, tell us what happens. Walk us through the process.
So once the parent goes on myschooلاpp.com, they're going to go ahead and it takes them directly to the page. Then from there, they just put their zip code and then they complete the application. All it's going to ask for is your student's name, what school they attend, date of birth, your address, and anybody that's in the household, along with if they're receiving income. If they're not, you just check the box, no income. It's that simple, and it's easy and accessible for parents.
For those who do have income, do they have to document the income?
Yes. So you would just document your gross income as you get paid. So if you get paid every 2 weeks, you list your gross income and you would just hit the drop down box and select every 2 weeks.
Is there any trust but verify as far as income is concerned?
So we are mandated by the USDA. Every October, we randomly select, the system, I should say, randomly selects 3% of students that applications are processed for free or reduced price meals. We send a notification letter just to let you know you're randomly selected for verification, and the documentation that needs to be sent to our office either through fax, email, or mail.
How long does it take a parent to be notified? For those who are in the portal right now as we speak, completing the application, when will they be notified?
So good question. So once we receive the application, we have 10 calendar days to complete the application, and then that approval letter goes out that evening.
What happens if a student loses his or her eligibility during the school year and the parent really cannot afford to pay for lunch?
Well, the parents can complete applications anytime throughout the school year. So if you feel at the time you don't need the free and reduced meals, but you come across a hardship and you want to go ahead and apply for it, you can apply for the free and reduced price meals anytime throughout the school year.
I know some schools and some organizations, rather, at the end of the week give goodie bags, if you will, of different food items for the kids to take home for the weekend for those who may not have anything on the weekend. Is that something that the school board looks into, or are you aware of it? And what do you think about that?
I was not aware of that, no.
Okay.
Okay. But this might be a good time to mention our collaboration with the Broward Education Foundation.
Okay.
And how we've been speaking with them about setting up a way for individuals, community organizations, or local governments, if they want to donate funds for the school lunch program, so that students, to help out during this transitional period as parents who, some of them maybe new, who weren't with us pre-COVID, navigate the what's new to them process.
Yes, we understand that this transition is new to some parents. We understand we don't want to make it, the transition difficult. So what our department is doing is, as a courtesy, we are going to feed all students for the first 30 days of the school at no cost, regardless of the child's meal eligibility.
Right.
So we are just wanting to get out there for these organizations, business. With the Broward Education Foundation, it's really to have money set into schools' accounts to assist students if the families are approved for reduced or if they're denied due to high income and they just have a financial hardship and they cannot pay for the meals that day. We have that donation count to make sure that the child gets a hot meal so they are not going through the day without having lunch.
So regardless of eligibility, the first 30 days,
Yes.
every child will receive free meals, free breakfast, and free lunch?
Yes, that is.
Oh, okay.
So
That's wonderful. Go ahead.
Starting September 23rd, students will have to eat based on their eligibility.
When is the first day of school?
August 11th.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have from the first day of school to September 22nd to eat at no cost. But we encourage parents to go online and complete applications now and don't wait till the last day. September 23rd is the first day that the child will go through the line and eat based off their eligibility. So we want to make sure we get those applications completed as soon as possible so we can process it. So that way you have that sense of ease that you know your child showed up the first day of school and their application is already taken care of.
Before we go to our audience, because we are broadcasting live, any updates, any announcements, or any other information you would like to share?
Well, if the parents have any questions as it relates anytime throughout the school year, they can call our meal benefits call center at 754-321-0250. We do have someone there that speaks Spanish and Creole. And we also have our applications and all our flyers in English, Spanish, Creole, and Portuguese.
Oh, that is wonderful, because I was going to say that our county and our great city of Lauderdale Lakes is a very diverse community,
Yes.
And with the different languages, how many languages in the school district? Is it 67, 69, or somewhere up in there?
Yes.
So you do have communications with whatever language the child speaks.
Correct. And if it's not one of those other languages, we do have our multicultural department with the Broward County School Board that we can go ahead and get any information translated for them.
Okay, good news to know. Good news to know. Do we have any audience questions? The question is, if you have multiple children in the school district, does that affect your eligibility to apply?
No, it doesn't. So when you complete the application, you're going to list all your children under one application. It's a household application. So you might have a middle school, elementary, high schooler. You're going to list them all on one application. And once we process the application, those statuses will go to their schools.
What is the phone number that parents can call for your office to receive more information?
Yes, that phone number is 754-321-0250.
And repeat.
754-321-0250.
And office hours.
Office hours are from 7:30 to 4 o'clock.
7:30 to 4 o'clock. Here, we have had great information. The start of schools. If you have any questions, call the number, go online, make sure you complete your application early. The portal is now open. I think originally it said July 14th, but
Yes.
had a little glitch there.
We did have a little glitch, and we wanted to make sure that we went ahead and opened up that portal so parents are not panicking and they can go in there and complete that application.
Okay. Anything else we would like to share with our audience and with our parents? If not, yes.
I was going to say the My School Bucks, that will be available to add funds to your student's account. That is open July 28th.
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And parents can do that for the meals and for any a la carte items that they want to purchase. I know my middle schooler likes Wednesdays is ice cream day. There are Rich's ice cream. The ice cream is no artificial dyes. They're dairy-free options, and there's a sour, there's a cotton candy, and the pink color comes from beets. Yellow colors come from turmeric. So great items there. We have, if I may,
Yes.
I really wanted to share with the community because it's something that I didn't know before I came to the district, that even though you're seeing or your student is seeing a cereal or the Pop-Tarts or even Nutri-Grain bars, it's not the same that you get in the store. It's reformulated just for K through 12. And they are 51% or higher, at least 51% whole grain, lower in sodium and lower in sugar because, like I said, we have those strict standards from USDA.
Good. So we're also incorporating good health and nutrition
Yes.
in our meals. Well, I'm going to have to come to one of our schools and try
Yes.
one of the breakfast or lunch because
Join
it
us.
sounds delicious. Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to have breakfast and lunch with you.
Great. We have another question.
Yes, so for cultural and dietary needs, I'll speak to the matter of cultural first, and my colleague and I, we conduct focus groups. Just last school year, we completed focus groups in 83% of our high schools, and to see what the students want, what they think about school food, and to get their ideas and how we can make have better food for them. So we take that into consideration for our students. And of course, for dietary needs, we would talk about special diets or allergies. As I mentioned before, we do take that into consideration. We try to accommodate our students to the best of our ability with students who have allergies. And then also for preferences, folks who, we have a vegan meal every single day. So that can be for someone who is vegan, vegetarian, kosher, halal, allergy to egg, fish, dairy, and those are 3 out of the top 9 food allergens.
And also religious reasons.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, yes, of course, because we note on our Meal Viewer website, I didn't mention Meal Viewer, but it's
go ahead.
schools.mealviewer.com, and you can type in the search engine what school your student goes to. We are not the only district who uses it, but you'll notice all of our schools have the Power Up logo by it. And on there, you can check what's on the menu. And we are trying to make certain that every item that says meat, it specifies if it's beef or pork, because we know a large percentage of our population does not consume pork. And then also on the Meal Viewer website, there's an option on the upper left-hand corner for allergens. So the top 9 allergens are listed there, and you can click if your student has an allergy or multiple allergies, click on those. And then the food item on the menu, it'll cross it off in red. So you know, okay, those have food allergens.
I'm glad to hear that the district is being sensitive to culture, dietary needs, allergies, and that the parent can go online to see what the lunch meal is going to be or the breakfast meal is going to be for that day, so their child will know what to choose. This is great. Thank you all so very much. We have had Ms. Elizabeth Seeley, who is a program manager of nutrition, education, and training at Broward County Public Schools, and Ms. Kristina Ramirez, who is the program coordinator at Broward County Public Schools Food and Nutrition. Parents, thank you so much for engaging with the City of Lauderdale Lakes and the School Board Food and Nutrition Services this evening. We want to make sure that you have the information needed, that when your child begins school in August, that they will be ready to learn, that they will have a meal, a nutritious meal, and that they will be ready to go into that classroom roaring and ready to learn. Thank you so very much again. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you for having
Kristina.
us. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so very much. Thank you.